Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Well, I don't know if I should call it happy because it's something to be thankful for, right? Okay, so here are the futures, and it looks like the Dow and the Nasdaq are showing a slightly positive open, but things can change over the night, but the futures are looking on the up for the first day of the month. And what I'm more focused on right now is more to do with commodities, because it's inflation is a big thing right now, right? So let's look at futures and commodities, and you can see gold is up, silver is up, precious metals are up, copper is up, oil is up, and that's an indication that the market is very focused on inflation and the inflating soft commodities, and hard physical assets are all pointing up. So tomorrow if the inflation beneficiaries like silver and gold and metals and agriculture is going higher, it'll put pressures on the high growth stocks. My focus today is going to be on coffee. Okay, so coffee shows unchanged. It is at 162.35, and I want to make a trade on coffee. So I don't mean the actual commodity or on the CME, but I'm talking about a stock related to coffee. So let's go through this exercise. Okay, so coffee is right here. It shows unchanged, and here's what's going on with coffee. With the economy opening up, more people are going to their Starbucks and getting their coffee. More people going back to work, facing their ugly bosses, and they need some coffee, right? I mean, you got to drink coffee before you see your dumbass boss, right? So let's talk about coffee, right? So on May 7th, this is in Bloomberg, top coffee producers supply woes and price volatility surging. And if you read this article, dryness in Brazil, blockades in Colombia fuel the rally. Now, just real quick, right? The best coffee is grown in the equator, so it's more like Brazil and Indonesia on the other side. So you spin around the equator, this is where the best coffee is grown. And if you have a dry season, and the Brazilian crop has an issue, coffee prices can really shoot up. Okay, and this doesn't happen very often, right? So you can see right here, it says right here, the Brazil Arabica has just begun, expect to drop by at least 1/3, and the situation is still uncertain. Dry conditions in the past few weeks have hindered. So because of that, you can see that we have an uptrend on coffee, right? So this is just kind of important here, right? Now we saw that in the futures, coffee is at a 162 right here. Now let's go and look at the outer months, right? And you can see that it goes all the way to like $1.70, 1.72. Well, that's 2023, but by the end of the this year it's $1.67. So it's pretty consistent, and this could even head higher. All these could track higher, right? So here's my trade, right? There's this company called JVA, Coffee Holding Company, and they reported on March 17th. And if you look here at the earnings, let's visit their balance sheets here. Okay, sales decline, which was kind of expected because of the COVID shutdown and all. But if you can see that the gross margins were actually better, right? 18, 13, 19, 16, pretty straightforward, right? And then here's the operating expenses, and this is mostly business managing a business, right? And interest and income loss from operations, because your gross margins were better. They actually had a profit from operations, right? And versus a loss. So Even though they did higher volumes, they had a loss, and I think it's mostly because of higher SG&A and lower gross profits. But if you come and look here in this statement this company makes, right? Let's find it here, right? Cost of sales, gross profit. Okay. Although sales decreased by 26% from the first quarter, we believe that as business will continue to open and the new customers we are able to attract over the last 7 months, we'll begin to see a return to positive quarter-over-quarter revenue growth. Plus, they have a CBD coffee, okay, so you can spike your coffee, right? So that's all good stuff here, right? And something I was looking for about the price of coffee itself. Oh, here it is. Okay. We are no longer experiencing the downward pricing pressures of the previous 3 years, which saw coffee prices languish below $1 a pound for extended periods of time. Okay, $1 a pound. Where are we right now? We are at $1.62. So that's like pretty good, right? Your $1 versus $1.62, and it's headed higher. Plus, we may have a drought in Brazil. So all this is coming together for the company. So we want to be trading JVA, and here's the chart, right? So this little company, come on, let's look at the weekly. You can see this big decline all the way down to like $1, and then it's headed up and up, and right now we have built this congestion, and now we are breaking out, and you can see this nice, there's no way it closed at the high of the day on Friday. And there's a crossover here. That's a bullish crossover. Actually, this is a weekly. I take it back. So it closed at the high of the week. Okay. And let's now look at the daily chart. And same thing, right? It closed at the high of the day, and it looks really good, right? So we could punch up. We could punch up here, and we could head a lot higher. And this to me is for right now swing trade, but it could turn into an investment, right? If it sustains itself and coffee prices firm up, this could easily see $10. So there you go, JVA. That's my trade. So this is how I pick my trades that could turn into investments. And I just gave you guys this example. You got to do some homework when you find something, and so you have to go through the underlying reason, the shifts in the macroeconomics, and look at the company if it is going to really take advantage of prices rising. So this is inflation trade in coffee. All right, guys.